Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and The Wrong Earth, issue number 4 and 5. I don't know how I missed issue number 4, but picked up 5, and I'm like, what the frick? How are we already on 5? And yeah, somehow I missed it. Whatever. Anyway, so here's for issue number 4 and 5. So the Wrong Earth, chapter 4 and 5, are done by Tom Peyer, the writer, Jamal Igle on art, Juan Castro on inks, Andy Troy on colors, and Rob Steen on letters. Andy Troy and Rob Steen are also in the second story, which is just a Dragonfly story, and that's on both comics, but the writer is Paul Constant, and the art is by Gary Erskine. So there's actually a backup story, finally. Like, I think Ahoy Comics starting to realize just what they finally got in something like Dragonfly and Dragonfly Man, The Wrong Earth as a whole. So there's a Dragonfly, that's the more gritty one, backup story in issue number 4 and 5. Issue 5 is actually part 1 of, I don't know, a few. So not too shabby, man, not too shabby. Anyhow, we got, which means we got a full comic book of The Wrong Earth, plus we've got a backup story of just one of the characters in both books. That's sick. That is awesome. So, yeah, basically Stinger, the kid, he's trying to I don't know, to come back and find out what's going on, because he's obviously on, oh, here we go with the puns, the wrong Earth. And I don't know, he goes on and he winds up accidentally breaking the mirror. Now, when he breaks the mirror, the Joker character, number 1, he jumps through it. Mind you, he's the wicked one. The first one was killed in, like, the first issue. This ridiculously wicked one, the Heath Ledger one, jumps through the mirror and gets chopped to pieces, like, worse than Jigsaw. Like, he's dead. He's basically dead. But he calls out to 1 Prime, which is interesting now. That's interesting. He calls to basically the number 1 version of himself, it seems like. Now, does that mean that there's more than one version of the Dragonfly and Dragonfly Man also? Because I don't know where that's going to go, but it's these guys doing it. So I believe that they're going to do a good job with it regardless. Dragonfly, for his part, is trying to arrange a new Dragonfly Man, a new Stinger, which is interesting. Deuce, the Harley Quinn character, she's really coming into her own, man. She fully took over, and she's also still kind of a good guy because she wants to get with Dragonfly Man, and wow, man. This is one heck of a comic book, dude. I can't say it's all over the place. What I'm saying is it's a complete ride. You feel so fulfilled by the end of the comic book. And I'm just saying, by me having missed issue 4 last month, I got a double dose this week. Plus, there's the backup story in each one. The backup stories are not necessarily throwaway stories. They're adding to the mythology of these characters. Dude, how the big two didn't come up with this idea. I guess just getting stale? I don't know, man. But every so often, you're going to find a totally independent comic book that just comes by and just starts giving people the kicky to butts. and this one is giving all the kicky to butts. So, yeah, you should be reading this. I really don't know where else to put that. Anyway, yeah, the Mustard Clinic. Yeah, some of the villains. I love how there's like new origin stories for a lot of these characters. Some of the minor bad guys, they capture Dragonfly, the gritty one, and meanwhile they're the silly ones. And they capture him. They put him in a death trap where he's inside of a big gigantic piggy bank, and pennies start falling on him. He puts up some plastic explosives and blows the freaking thing apart. He comes out of it, and he's like, I would beat you guys up, except you're useless and nobodies. You want to keep on robbing the banks of these big rich execs, and you want to keep knocking people out with purple sleep gas? Be my guest. Just don't ever do anything really serious. And he walks away. He walks away from them. 4 of them. He could have just tackled 4 criminals right there. It's like, who cares? These guys felt so irrelevant. And I'm not talking about how I felt about them. They themselves felt disposable. That was the word that they actually used. I can't wait to see how they're going to step up their game at this point, man. This is a crazy book, dude. There's so much here, so much to unpack. All right, make sure you check them out. Hey, what do you call it? The trade paperback should be coming soon. I hope these guys at Ahoy Comic Books are going to put together a trade paperback because I have a feeling it's going to sell, and you guys should definitely buy it. All right, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.